Okay, y'all, I'm back. I set the time on 10 minutes because the 60 seconds just wasn't cutting it, and I wasn't finna keep getting back on here giving the same spiel. So if you're new here, hi. I'm about to give y'all my opinion on what actually happened in the double murder that YNW Melly's on trial for, because I feel like I have a theory as to what actually happened. But I'm going to take y'all back to bring y'all forward to let y'all know how I got there. So if you're not familiar with the case and this is your first time hearing about the case or the trial in itself, YNW Melly is on trial for killing two of his best friends, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie. Now, on a night in October in 2018, because YNW Melly has been in jail for 5 years, on a night in October in 2018, I believe it was October 26th if I'm not mistaken, YNW Melly, YNW Juvie, YNW Sack Chaser, and YNW Bortland, I think that's his name, all got into a car. Bortland was the driver. YNW Sack Chaser was the passenger. Melly sat behind Bortland, and then Juvie sat behind Sack Chaser. They all got into the car. This is video surveillance. This is one of the key things that is tying Melly to this case. Somewhere into the night at around 4 a.m., close to 5 a.m., YNW Bortland goes to the hospital with a changed pair of clothes and gunshot residue on him and says that he, YNW Sack Chaser, and YNW Juvie got into a drive-by shooting. YNW Melly was not there. Who didn't? Now, the thing about Bortland showing up to the hospital with them is the fact that they were already dead. And according to the medical examiner, they had already been dead for over an hour. Of course, since he said it was a drive-by shooting, questions started being raised, and the police were asking him, like, well, where did this drive-by shooting occur? Bortland told them that he wasn't from the area, so he wasn't even really sure where they were when the shooting happened. Of course, they raised red flags. So they put him in a car and they started driving him around the area. That way they were trying to see like if he would remember something, if it would jog his memory or anything along those lines. They got nothing. Somewhere along a highway, they end up finding shattered glass, right? And they decided, okay, this is where the drive-by shooting happened. But after later investigating everything that happened, of course, it became a high-profile case because it became known that they was our friends with YNW Melly. YNW Melly's career was blowing up. He was making hit songs and things like that. So, of course, it drew a lot of attention, and they want to know, like, okay, what actually happened to these two people? They end up coming to the conclusion that they weren't, in fact, in a drive-by, and that it had been a murder inside of the vehicle. And so this is where the investigation begins. And a part of the investigation was them finding the video surveillance footage from the studio. And it shows YNW Melly, YNW Bortland, YNW Sack Chaser, and YNW Juvie all getting into what looks to be a navy blue Jeep. It might be black, but I'm not sure. Based on the pictures, it's looking a little navy blue to me. And they all get into this vehicle. And since Bortland was the one who had came to the police, to the hospital with these bodies, the question arises, where was Melly at the time of the murder, and did he have something to do with it? So make a long story short, Melly has been in jail for the last 5 years, since 2019, literally fighting for his life because Florida got a new state law and they're trying to give him the death penalty, and they're trying to prove that he killed two of his best friends.